I spent $300 on a dating coach who told me to memorize a list of compliments. I used them on the next girl I met. She laughed and said I sounded like a chatbot. That was 2 years ago. If you're still trying to win someone by saying the right thing, you've already lost. Stop scrolling. Listen carefully. What I'm about to show you decides whether she sees you as a man with a spine or a boy waiting for permission. The rest of your life hangs on which one you choose. You know the feeling. Your chest tightens when she asks what you were doing tonight. You scramble to rearrange your plans, your voice gets a little too eager. You send that text and then stare at the screen waiting for her reply. You become invisible. You become the guy who clears his calendar for a maybe. The knot in your stomach when she changes plans last minute. The heat in your neck when she mentions another man. You shrink, you accommodate, you justify. You are the person you don't want to be. Replaceable, predictable, easy. If you click off this video right now, that pattern keeps running. 1 year from now, you'll be in the same spot, staring at another phone screen, wondering why it always feels like you're auditioning. I lost $300 and a chunk of my dignity paying a stranger to give me scripted lines. That was my receipt. The lesson wasn't in the compliments. It was in the silence after she laughed. Right now, you are one of maybe 7 people watching this. YouTube buries channels like this because the algorithm hates raw, non-cope education. If you're here, you're already in the top fraction of a percent. Comment anything. Real. Cooked. An emoji. So the algorithm knows actual humans are here. That's how this channel survives. Otherwise, the next video gets 3 views and I stop making them. There's no link in the description. No course. No apply to work with me. Discord. Cope Ledger does not sell anything. We keep the receipts. We do not run the scam. The first test is the availability probe. Questions like, what are you doing later? Or, are you busy this weekend? This is a test of scarcity and priority. Psychologically, this is called the scarcity principle. People want what is too readily available. She's checking if your life is empty waiting for her. Starting today, have a default activity you can name. When she asks, your response must be specific, but non-committal. Got some things to wrap up, then probably hitting the gym. Why, what's up? Do not clear your schedule. Do not appear open-ended. Here's why most guys fail this. They think being available is being polite. It's not. It's being predictable. The second test is the value challenge. Questions like, why are you still single? Or, what do you do for fun? This is a stress test of your self-perception. She's listening for the subtext. Do you justify, complain, or seek her validation? This exploits confirmation bias. She has a guess about your confidence, and your answer proves it. Imagine you are on a date and she asks, a guy like you, why hasn't someone snatched you up yet? The tactical move, answer with playful ambiguity. Reframe it onto your standards, never onto your flaws. A passing response is light and outcome independent. I just haven't met someone who really matches the energy I'm looking for. The search continues. Stop trying to explain yourself. Your life is not an application. Look up. Are you doing this right now? Replaying a conversation where you justified your existence? The third test is the boundary test. This is tier question. It's a behavior. Last-minute plan changes, minor inconveniences she imposes, forgetting agreements to see if you'll accommodate disrespect. The mechanism tests your integrity. It uses the foot-in-the-door technique. If you accept a small push, you're primed for a larger one. Concrete scene. You affirm 8 p.m. plans. At 7:30 she texts, actually, can we make it 9? I'm just finishing up with a friend. The rule. Do not angrily accuse, but do not automatically comply. Calmly assert your boundary without emotional neediness. A passing response. 9 doesn't work for me with the reservation. Let's plan for another night when your schedule is more open. Your time is not negotiable. Your respect is not optional. And here's why all of that is wrong. Most advice tells you to be more agreeable. Agreeableness is the fast track to being invisible. The fourth test is the investment check. This sounds like a question seeking compliments. What do you like about me? Or do you think I'm pretty? This is a trap for premature investment. She's checking if you'll offer inflated praise to win favor, which signals you rather invested and trying to negotiate for affection. It exploits the reciprocity norm. If you give a big compliment, you will expect one back, putting you in a transactional dynamic. The scene, you're getting close, and she asks, so, what's your favorite thing about me so far? The tactical takeaway, never give a list. Reward the behavior, not the person. Keep it specific and behavioral, not generic and physical. A passing response. I like how easy the conversation is. You're actually present, which is rare. Praise the action, not the actor. This is the one most men fail, without knowing they were tested. They think generosity is attractive. Generosity without frame is charity. The fifth test is the frame trap. Attempts to provoke a jealous or reactive response by mentioning other men, exes, or social plans that exclude you. Statements like, "My ex used to do that," or "I'm going out with my friend Saturday, lots of guys usually hit on me there." This tests emotional stability and independence. It triggers loss aversion bias, making you fear losing her attention to a rival. Concrete scene. Over drinks, she casually mentions, "Yeah, my coworker Mark is always asking me to get dinner. It's kinda annoying, but he's harmless." The rule: show complete indifference. Any sign of irritation or interrogation fails. A passing response is to acknowledge without engaging. Sounds like a him problem, and immediately change the subject back to your shared topic. Your piece is not dependent on her mentions. If you are still watching, you are already different from the 95% who left at the first test. The fact you're here tells me you're serious. Thanks to my 3 subscribers, what a legend. Be the 4th. Hit subscribe. It keeps me motivated to make these instead of staring at a wall. If you watched this whole thing and you are not subscribed, you're exactly the guy I'm talking about. Fix that or close the app. The master pattern connecting all 5 tests is the assessment of frame control. Her goal is to get answers. It's to observe whether your actions are governed by her behavior or by your own internal principles. Every test creates a fork. One path leads to seeking her validation, the other leads to demonstrating self-validated action. The underlying principle is that attraction is a reaction to perceived psychological integrity. This is the part where every other channel sells you a course on confidence. Cope Ledger does not sell anything. We keep the receipts. We do not run the scam. The man who passes these tests is following a script. He demonstrates through micro-behaviors that his sense of self is not negotiable. That makes him a scarce commodity in a world of reactive approval seekers. Your goal is not to memorize replies. It is to internalize the stance that makes those replies authentic. Your time, your standards, and your emotional state are your own to manage. Silence is power. Mystery is respect. The choice is yours. Stay the guy who rearranges his life for a text, or become the man who does need to. Don't subscribe if you think this was just about dating. It was tea. It was about every interaction where you trade your dignity for approval. Hit dislike if you're offended. You needed this most.